He was always getting into trouble because he was homeless. And he was always drinking because he was homeless. One time I remember he was on a roof beating his chest. And the cops, thank you, Matthew. All these cops tried to take him down. And they started tasing him. And he was just like fighting the cops after he was getting tased. And he just like kept running. And the cops couldn't take him down with a taser. It's like fucking crazy. Oh, Matthew, thank you. No, that was Lulu Bean. Lulu, thank you for the dinosaur egg. Yeah, my dad, the military screwed my parents over. Both of my parents are disabled veterans. So I love my mom. I didn't know my dad, but I am a military brat. They both got messed up in the head because of hazing. I don't know if you know what hazing is. Oh, Gabs, thank you. Do you know what hazing is in the 1980s, 1990s? Like Full Metal Jacket type shit? Yeah. So I did not have it easy growing up. At all. Thank you, Lulu Beans. But yeah. I had to I was like, I'm an only child. I had no siblings. So with my mom growing up, as much as she wanted to like take care of me, I was parentified to look after my mom. Because even though she was like physically healthy, she was mentally disabled, trying to sustain her job. But she had such debilitating disabilities from the military that eventually she had to get put on disability from the Veterans Association. But my father is in a nursing home because he tried, military veterans try to take their own life. That's what happened with my dad. Eventually, he got so depressed, he tried to take his own life and he died. And they found him on the sidewalk, dead. And they resuscitated him. But when he came back to life, he woke up with brain damage. So if he wants to talk in his head, he knows what he wants to say. But since he has brain damage, he can't say it. Could you imagine how terrible that would be? So if he wants to say good morning, how are you? He has such a terrible speech delay, it comes out as like hello, like I don't know how to explain it. Thank you, Lulu. I've never seen the rhythmic panda before. Thank you. Yes, Julissa. So with my dad having that in the life death experience and then coming back to life with brain damage, it made me think of my dad when I saw my son. Thank you, Lulu Beans. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Lulu Beans. You are fucking incredible. Thank you, all of you who are being so supportive of this. Um, if you want me to share this story about my parents growing up, I can. I just don't want to offend my mom because she's touchy sometimes. But anyway, yeah. So when my father suffered through all these tragedies, and I saw my son's head on the cement like that, it made me think how he was this close to brain damage that my father has. Dude, it's fucking triggering. Thank you, Moon. Thank you, Charm. I don't have siblings. The kicking was terrible, Heather. The whole thing was just terrible. They're terrible. Terrible workers for Satan. That's what my dad would say. And I'm not religious, but I'm starting to see why my father became like wacky religious. Like, have you ever seen a crazy homeless religious person? Like that was my dad. And he never looked homeless. Thank you, Gypsy. He never looked like a homeless person, but he was, that homeless people don't look homeless, right? Like a lot of people have this assumption that homeless people are all raggedy and they have their beard and they dress in rags. He was probably barefoot a lot. But yeah, you don't have to look a certain way to be homeless. My father like would pop in at friends' houses here and there. He would get money the way he could figure it out. But he was all fucked up from the military. So, and I'm not, I don't know. I get irritated when people blame people for being homeless, dude. Thank you, Danica and Elizabeth. I don't know how many of you have a homeless father. He had class on the street, rice paper. Kind of. He got a lot of riffraff. Thank you, Elizabeth. So, my son's okay. I'm just super fucking triggered. Thank you, Danica. I can't wait to move, too, on top of it. And this whole thing just really makes me think. Thank you, Little, for the hand heart. I just want to puke right now. I'm just so disturbed. I do. I want to puke. That's probably why I'm so tough-skinned and brave, because I did not have an easy childhood, and I saw things at a really early stage of life that I had to deal with by myself, and I came out of all of that with one skill. Thank you, Soy Laura. Thank you, Sarah. The skill of communication. Thank you, RWC. The skill of bravery. It takes a lot to be brave and be an effective communicator. You have to be an effective communicator and brave at the same time. And kind of like being homeless on the streets of Detroit with my dad for 2 weeks, visiting him, was eye-opening. Thank you, Danica. Thank you, Charlie. And freeing at the same time, as weird as that sounds. And taught me, like, how do I put this? Thank you, Danica. How to survive. Thank you, Tammy. And the best way to survive in this world of devil worshippers, this world of Satan's pawns, that's what my dad would say. In this world of Satan's pawns, he would say, if you know you're with God and you're acting for God, you can never be wrong. But I would translate that. I'll put my atheist translator on, because I am an atheist. You know who's responsible? The devil. If the devil's real. If the devil isn't real, what would be responsible? Waking up. People who wake up with the compulsion to do wrong. That's what's responsible. Corruption is responsible. Hatred is responsible. And that all roots back to being evil. And if God and the devil are real, it all goes back to him, the devil. That's crazy. I never thought I'd start talking about religion on here. I can't do it. I can't join a religion. I'm vegan, and religions sacrifice animals, and religions put this belief into people that animals were put here to be eaten, and I disagree with that wholeheartedly. I'm vegan. Yeah. Laugh first until someone laughs last. My son is somewhere safe, indoors, and my son is none of your business. Do not ever speak on behalf of me. Thank you, Buttercup. I used the brand Soapbox. Thank you, Danica. Thank you, user not found. Thank you, XOXO Val. Wayne, I'm vegan. The glitch in the matrix. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Lorraine. Should I share that story about my father and my mom on TikTok and how triggering this whole thing is? It made me think of my dad. Thank you, Naughty. My son, he was like slurring and he was like, it was scaring me. It was reminding me of when my dad woke up from death with brain damage. It fucking triggered me. It scares me. You think I should? I just don't know. Ugh. Dude, I'm angry. I don't want to be angry. The devil thrives off anger. If the devil and God are real, God thrives off of discipline. The devil thrives off of anger. Thank you, Darcy. Thank you, Ego. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, we were kind of creeped out when we were shopping, just in case we were to run into anyone. But he didn't feel comfortable going into the grocery store. So yeah, he's okay, Brooke. Thank you. God Bonanza thrills with forgiveness. No. Thank you, Lorraine. I don't think that's a choice I'm ready to make at this point. No. I can't say where I'm looking to move. But I will be looking at apartments hopefully this week. Danica, that's the plan. That's what I'm applying for this week. I'm not in the mood to talk to these police. I'm not in the mood to talk to this school. I'm in the mood to get the fuck out of this city filled with evil criminals. Hey, who likes to research? Research crime rate, Jamestown, New York. Tell me your honest reaction. Crime rate of Jamestown, New York. Jamestown, Jamestown, New York. Go do me a favor and give me your reaction. Jamestown, New York. Check it out. Michelle, 1 in 26. Elizabeth, what does 39 out of 1,000 mean? Look up crime rates in Jamestown, New York. That's what the chat is doing. That's a good, that's just like a little explanation as to how dangerous this city is. Criminals raise criminals in Jamestown, New York. It's not a city of kids who are like Hollywood. It's not like, oh, he's a class clown. Oh, that kid's a rebel. No, these are straight criminals breeding criminals. No, it's not dangerous everywhere. It's dangerous in Jamestown. Jamestown is dangerous. The only cities that have a higher crime rate that I found are Kansas City and Minneapolis. Those are the only two cities who have a higher crime rate than Jamestown, New York. Cleveland, Ohio has a lower crime rate. Yonkers, New York has a lower crime rate. Brooklyn and Manhattan have a lower crime. Los Angeles and Oakland, California have a lower crime rate than Jamestown, New York. Jamestown's crime is crazy. And it's not spread out. Wait. It's not like it's all over the city. It's in any part of the city you have the chance of becoming victim of a crime. Literally. It's like even if you go to a nice neighborhood, crime. Crime! It's like the city of anarchy. It's like the purge here. Go research Jamestown, New York crime. Why did I move here? So I'll tell you why. I grew up here and the crime wasn't that bad. And I moved when I was like 22. I moved. I went to Pennsylvania for 7 years. My ex and I broke up and I had to move. And I was like, I'll go back to my hometown. Everyone said, don't do it. Don't do it. The crime is too high, Adrielle. Don't do it. I'm like, dude, I grew up here. It can't be that bad. It wasn't that bad. Like, it's fine. I moved back here. Those people were not bullshitting. It is not the same here as it was when I was a kid. Thank you, Amanda. It's not the same here as it was 8 or 9 years ago. It is straight up anarchy. Thank you, Ash. Leanna, he's okay, I guess. Thank you, Darcy. He's in one piece. That's, yeah. So research the crime in Jamestown, New York. Thank you, Lindsay. Dutchess County, where's that? Research the crime rate in Jamestown, New York. Jamestown has a higher crime rate than Chicago. There is a higher crime rate in Jamestown than Chicago. Let that sink in. It's everywhere. It's not just one neighborhood over the other. Like when you go to cities, there's neighborhoods in cities, districts, right? Like when you go to New York City, there's Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan, there's Chelsea, there's, oh God, what's it called? Oh my God. I say this all the time. I'm talking about this place. Why can't I remember what it's called? Greenwich. You know what I mean? There's higher crime in Queens, higher crime in like parts of Brooklyn. But then when you go to like say Greenwich, less crime. So it's like even in Pittsburgh, higher crime in the Hill District, higher crime in Wilkinsburg, higher crime in Homestead, higher crime in Strip District, but less crime in Shadyside, less crime in Oakland, well, parts of Oakland, less crime in Polish Hill and Bloomfield. So it's like you can expect there to be more crime in certain parts of most cities. Jamestown, New York, all over the city. It does not matter what part of the city you're in. Jamestown, New York's crime is so high, no matter where you are, the statistic isn't lying. You have 1 in 26 of a chance of becoming victim of a crime. And these criminals raise criminals. They aren't going anywhere. Their kids, they raise them to be that way. Straight up. Everywhere has crime, but it's not the same as Jamestown. Who's from Jamestown? Say me. Red means you're in Jamestown. Blue means you're not. Are you in Jamestown? Red is yes, blue is no. If you're in Jamestown, red is yes, blue is no. Red is yes, blue is no. Are you in Jamestown? Red means yes, blue means no. Red is yes, blue is no. Are you in Jamestown? Red means yes, blue means no. Okay, all of you voting, you're in Jamestown. Is it the craziest city full of crime that you've ever experienced in your life? Red, just comment yes or no. I don't know what Detroit's crime rate is. You're 5 hours from me? Jamestown's 7 hours away from New York City. Why is the crime so bad? Because the city's poor. It's not funded. The infrastructure sucks. It's like high risk of living in poverty. The average median The median income is $30,000 a year. The education programs are terrible. There's no resources for drug addiction and stuff like that. And that's why I would say that the crime is high. So, lots of violent crimes. 84% higher than the national average. Jamestown's crime, 84% higher than the national average. Another thing, people's living conditions are not so great because Jamestown, you're not going to like this. Jamestown, a lot of landlords don't live here. They're from out of state. And city codes for houses were established in like the 1970s, 1960s. So if a house for rent or an apartment building for rent was built before those codes were established, that house or apartment building is considered grandfathered in. So the landlords don't have to maintain the properties they buy. They become slumlords. And slowly over time, the entire city has become a slum. I'm not going to lie. It's like that. And it's because the landlords are not expected to maintain the homes they buy. They're grandfathered in. If the house was built before the city codes were established, they don't have to follow the codes. So that's why you end up with all these homes that are very rundown. It's very cheap here. Jamestown, New York, you can buy a beautiful mansion for $200,000. You could buy a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom, gorgeous house for $200,000. And then like the apartment building I live in, $40,000. That includes 9 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms. The house next door to me, $60,000, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. Cheapest real estate region. High crime. Landlords who don't live here, who take advantage of the situation with poverty. If the city were to update their city codes and quit tolerating this grandfathered in bullshit, the city would do much better. And if the city were to qualify for grants to build a university or more, universities would bring college students, which would boost the economy and make it better. Lulu Beans, thank you. I moved here because I was stupid. That was a stupid decision to make. I don't know why I moved here. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I was just so desperate to move that I moved here. That's the only way I can explain it. It's cheap. I'm close to my family. I don't know why I moved here. Thank you, Anna. Good question. Everyone warned me. Don't do it. The crime is too high. You don't want to. I promise you, don't do it. I believe you now. I made a mistake. I should not have moved here. This place is dangerous. It's hell on wheels. Hell on wheels. Bullshit. Lakewood has crime just as bad because the criminals walk there to rob everyone. Literally. They walked out of the laundromat with an ATM and a shopping cart. If you think that a couple miles is going to change the crime rate, you're crazy. The criminals in Jamestown have legs for days. They will walk. If you think a couple of miles is going to prevent a criminal from breaking into cars, breaking into homes, I would say if you're in if you're in Lakewood, you're at even more of a risk of being a victim to the crime. Thank you, Lulu, for subscribing. Brian, what's up? You got jumped? Are you serious? Are you messing around? What street did you get jumped on? Thank you, Talia. Oh, someone just got jumped the next day at Bergman Park. A little boy younger than my son got jumped at Bergman. My son isn't the only person who's gotten jumped and robbed in this city. Just saying. People get jumped and robbed in this city regularly. Thank you, Crystal. If you have been attacked or jumped in the city of Jamestown, whether your child has been jumped or if you have been jumped, let's get together and share our stories. The more the better. Did the police help you? That type of thing. You love skateboarding, got jumped? Where did you get jumped? Thank you, Darcy. I am in Jamestown, New York. Crime is 1 in 26. It is bad. Damn, Jade, I'm sorry to hear that. No, we probably won't get the chain back. He's gotten robbed so many times, but it resulted in an assault. My house got ransacked. My house got ransacked when I went on vacation last year to California. Ransacked. They tore up my daughter's bedroom, broke her mirror. They tore all my furniture cushions apart, flipped my couch around. Shit was crazy. I was on a FaceTime call while the police were walking through my house. Let me show you when my apartment got robbed. That shit was crazy. It was the same kids too. The same kids. I should share this FaceTime call. Let me show you. Hang on. I hope I still have it. Hang on. No, it's not on my phone. It was too long ago. Oh well. Maybe it's on my iPad. I'm sure I have screenshots or something somewhere. Exolivage? What city are you in? Kaylee, for real? No, I shared the video. It's on my... Thank you, Em. It's on my Instagram. I like singing, Jade. It's true. He's okay. But I am not in the mood. I just want to move. The fact that these cops are like, we have to interview all parties involved. Thank you, Sad Anime. They didn't even arrest the kids who assaulted my son. We have to question all parties involved first. Thank you, Anita. Absolutely crazy. Thank you, Sad Anime. Thank you, Anita. I think that I'm so angry that I should probably have a lawyer speak for me to the police. So tomorrow I might actually go to a lawyer's office because I'm actually so pissed off. Thank you, Lily. Thank you. That I don't think I'm mental. Is that a thing? Are you protected by the law if you're like suffering through mental anguish? This is actually mental anguish. I think that I'm so enraged and my son is so like inexperienced with this that both of us talking to the police, we are not in the right frame of mind. I think I should talk to a lawyer. Does that sound like a better idea? I think if anyone's going to speak with the police at this point, I'm so enraged that I should get a lawyer. So what type of a lawyer do I look for? Thank you, Darcy. A criminal lawyer? Criminal? What's Redderson? A criminal? Okay. I will contact a criminal lawyer tomorrow and pay the fucking retainer fee. Because I am so... And he can retrieve the 911 calls. He can retrieve the 911 calls for me. Because all of you saying that I can get them, I found out I can't. And yeah. I just hope this lawyer doesn't piss me off. I'm so fragile and sensitive that I don't think that I can speak to the police by myself. I think that I am like so fucking angry that I would actually say something to the police that I might lose my temper. I don't want to lose my temper, but I don't think that I'm like mentally, like you said, Anime. I don't think I'm in the right mental state to handle that interview with the police, and I don't speak the law. So I think that I should get all of my information to a lawyer and have the lawyer speak to the police for me. Can police do that? My son did what he needed to do. He answered all the questions to the police officer. I signed a statement. We filed the police report. That's all we need. Now I need a lawyer. The police got what they needed from my son. I love how the lies and rumors are coming in now that the video evidence of these kids assaulting my son was leaked. I love how they were silent and there were no rumors being spread until after all of that exposed them. Just remember that. Criminals will stay silent until they get caught. If you want to hang out with the criminals and advocate for criminals, go hang out with them. Get robbed by them and catch bedbugs. I have no respect or time for anyone who defends the atrocities that were committed against my son. Period. You want to question why someone got assaulted? Question yourself. Thank you for the love, guys. Thank you for the red hearts. Thank you, Danica. Thank you, Nat. So yeah, I'm going to be going to a lawyer's office first thing in the morning. Paying whatever they want. We will get justice for my son. An excuse to exploit what? Go watch my Instagram video. Come back to me with an apology. That happened to my child. You think I'm going to let that slide? You think the 67 videos is too much? I'll post 67,000. Hell no. I'll post as many videos as I can until this makes headline news. Thank you, Jay. Hunter. Thank you, Autumn. Thank you, Nikki. Oh, yeah, Nikki, you're on my team. Click the follow button. A gold heart appears next to my name. It's 1 coin to join my team and get that gift or badge like Sad Anime. Thank you, Sad Anime. Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Julia. My son is 14. Thank you, Meg. Thank you, Hujik. They do need to be charged. Thank you, Lil Miss. Thank you, Sad Anime. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Faded. Thank you, Kelly Collins and Natasha. I think I'm going to request someone to come battle me. I just don't know who. Hey, who's that? Kimberly, Cassia, Terry Davis. Watch my recent videos in the video on my Instagram. Thank you, D. Thank you, Airboat. I don't know. You got jumped, Kaylee? Thanks for all the follows. Thank you, Vic. I can't believe people are actually defending this. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Thank you, Sammy Joe. Wendy, you had to have surgery? I am so sorry. Yeah, Angie, it never happened to them. They don't get it. Crazy. Yeah, the lies are rolling in. There's like 100 rumors going right now. Thank you, Laura. Because criminals will do anything they can to get out of being held accountable. So I could give a flying fuck what the rumors are and what their excuse is. Own up to it or get out. Terrible. Terrible. Thank you, Danielle. I'm not falling for that shit. Just like I'm not falling. You want to know what that brother knocked on my door did? He was just hanging out with the boys who jumped my son yesterday, walking around town with them. Who remembers that video when the kid's older brother knocked on my door? Say me. Say me. Say me. Dan, why are you afraid of me? Yeah, who remembers them? Not that little boy knocking on my door, saying, "I'm here to speak for my younger brother. Want to make things right." He was just seen yesterday by my neighbor, walking around town with 2 of the boys who jumped my son. How much you want to fucking bet he was a wolf in sheep's clothing? Was he trying to make things right, or was he there to seek revenge? I don't give anyone chances, and I don't trust anyone. And I never, ever trust anyone connected to a criminal. Thank you, Teresa. Because you want to know why I saw that kid, that brother. And I said, I want my shoes. I said, give my son his shoes. And he says, what are you talking about? I said, you just assaulted my son. You could have killed him. Do you want to be responsible for someone's death? And he's like, no. Is he okay? Oh, yeah, he wants to know if he's okay. He was playing it stupid. Because you know why? He was probably shitting his pants, worried that Sven was in critical condition and was dead. That little kid was shitting a brick because he thought that he almost committed. That's why he was so concerned. And then he had his little brother come here his older brother come here the next day to seek revenge. I know just how manipulative criminals are. I've seen too much to fall for that bullshit. I'm an Uber driver. I've dealt with criminals Uber driving. It's not easy. Never comply with criminals. Thank you, Brandy and Meds. Never comply with criminals. Ever. And never trust them either. And never comply with someone connected to a criminal. We should have a whole talk about this. Safety, keeping yourself safe from criminals. There's criminal minds. There's so many different psyches, but they overall have the same intent. Thank you, Diva. He was pacing back and forth on my porch because he was afraid to do what he was planning on doing. I see right through that body language. You guys think he was worried about confronting me to do the right thing and risk it all. I think that he was going to do something bad. You want to know why? Because they were both raised by the same person. And criminals raise criminals. I see right through that. Thank you, Diva. Who just sent that? Thank you, Emily. I see right through it. A lot of you don't know what it's like having to deal with criminals, but I do. And if I could say one thing, trust no one. I don't care how nice they are. Oh, whoa. What's this? Success. Wave Riders. What's this? I've never seen this before. Join my live community. Subscriber wave. What's a wave? Nani Marzik. Vegan Love. Ashley Perry. Rosa Diaz. Jamie S. Lloyd. Mrs. Sterling. Elizabeth. What is going on? Is this a wave? Oh, I reached my subscription goal. Is that what this is about? We reached 75 subscribers? Is that what this is about? Hang on. It wants me to do a new one. So we'll do 5 more. I'm sorry, I have no clue. This not the team isn't the same. Oh no, there's 35. I'm so confused. I'm sorry. It just said wave. Did you see the wave? Thank you, SR, for the corgi. Thank you, Marissa, for the team bracelet. Thank you, Jody. There, it is horrible. Rice paper. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah. Criminals don't like when you look them in the eye. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Sash. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Nicole. And those kids had the intent to rob my son. That's their only intent. If they were committing a passion crime, so all these rumors going around. Oh, well, this. If that were the case, they wouldn't have robbed him. Robberies are different than passion crimes. Passion crimes are, you never rob the person you're committing a passion crime against. So, like, if you're, say they, hypothetically speaking, you guys are saying, oh, these little criminals are saying, well, no, they're trying to cover their tracks. They had one intent. It was premeditated. They wanted to rob my son because my son was walking around school with a gold chain, nice shoes and nice clothes and AirPods and all that. They wanted to rob him. Their intent was only to rob him. Okay. And maybe they'll split the money. I don't know. And record it for whatever dumb reason that is. Maybe some kids just felt I don't know why they would record themselves doing that. But there's some parts that they didn't record. There's some parts that they left out. They left out a lot. But either way, they asked him for his money, asked him for his phone, asked him for his AirPods. That wasn't on camera. Then they got around in a circle, and that's when the whole attack started. Now, while he was down, they were like, well, give us your money. Give us your shoes or whatever, all that shit. I don't know I don't even see that part on the video. They must not have recorded themselves ripping off his shoes. So there's bits and pieces missing. They only recorded certain parts of the attack, though. I know that. There was more to it than what they chose to record. Remember, we can't let the entire attack be based upon what they recorded because they chose to record what they chose to record, and they are criminals. So now, if you are, say, committing a passion crime for revenge, you would never rob the person you're committing a passion crime against because you're angry at them and disgusted by them. So, hypothetically speaking, I get angry at my ex for cheating on me with my best friend. And I commit a passion crime and I attack my ex. And my ex is wearing our wedding ring. My ex is wearing a necklace. My ex has headphones in his pocket. I wouldn't want a fucking penny from him because I'm so disgusted with him. I'm committing a passion crime. So crimes, different crimes. You never combine a passion crime with a robbery. You know what I mean? A passion crime would never involve a robbery. So for these little kids these punks who are trying to cover their tracks and excuse and make lies for the actions they committed, they're lying. They're lying. They didn't go to school and study criminology. A passion crime is different from a robbery. My son was assaulted and robbed, and that's where it ends. I know how the criminal minds work, and I know how criminals react when they get exposed. They lie. Now, these kids, they're not very good at it. If they were smart, they would shut the fuck up. Oh, yeah, they're on probation for doing the same thing they did to my son. A lot of them are on probation. They're like between ages 13 and 17, from what I gather. There could be older ones behind the camera. I still don't know who all the camera people are. It's not... Guys, listen to this. Didn't this sound like a baby? It sounded like an adult was there. Watch my video on Instagram. I think an adult was there. I really do, and this is why. Go to my Instagram, please. watch the video, not this one. The 1, 2, 3, the fourth one down, not the video reply. Listen to this. Oh no. Is that a toddler? Did an adult go there with their kid? Because if they did, that toddler needs to be in CPS custody. Who heard that? Oh no. Did you guys hear that? I heard that. Yeah. Someone brought a baby there. Thank you, country. It's on my Instagram. Adrielle Cherie with a blue check mark. Who hears the toddler? Someone brought a baby. I